Yo, what is going on, guys? Godrekton here, bringing you a VOD review. So, it's been quite a while since I did my last VOD review. I want to say it was like 7 or 8 months ago now. And a lot has happened since then, clearly. So, I'm going to try and do my best. I've started playing Ranked again recently. After like kind of a long hiatus due to my internet being a problem, which is ultimately a reason why I haven't been able to make many videos, as I can't really play most times through the day. The only times I get to play League is through the early mornings, so the last 5 days I started playing Ranked again. I was D3. My sleep schedule got messed up because I'm currently suffering with COVID, so yeah, that hasn't been the best. I'm not really feeling the greatest, but you know, that aside, I'm not doing too bad, and I thought I would do a VOD review, as I recently just hit Masters again, and after not playing for like a month and being very on and off with the game, I do find it like it's kind of easy for me to consistently hit Masters now, so I kind of want to give everything I can to the Renekton men's community, as well as like just aspiring top laner, or like people that want to like get better at top laner itself, with some commentaries, some videos. So I'm gonna try and make more videos again. Obviously, I always say this, so this is like the 20th time I've said this, but either way, let's get into the VOD review because this is what we're here for. So, we're against a Malphite top lane. This matchup is quite annoying, and especially most of the time you play against a Malphite, they're paired up with like a Yasuo, like Diana, just champs that like have a lot of damage and a lot of wombo combo potential, which simply means like abilities that can be chained after one another and completely dominate a fight. And with their comp, they have so many knockups where their execution is pretty easy. As long as one of them presses a knockup ability, Yasuo can like follow along, and so can everyone else. And our team comp is very squishy here. Like, my whole team is pretty much full damage, and I'm sure you've already noticed that we currently have a Skarner and Viego bot lane. Yeah, and this game was also like pretty much like a carry game. Like, we had to work really hard to win this game, as our bot lane was having quite the negative time with one another. They weren't really happy about playing the game, so it was quite a hard game, but we ended up coming out ahead, and I'm going to show you what I did into the Malphite matchup. So, level 1, I'm just, you know, we're just securing vision. Our jungler puts a ward down here. Pretty standard stuff for a jungler. He recalls to get red trinket. I secure the Skarner pillar. I believe that's what it is. It's like a pillar. Spire, I'm not sure. Either way, same thing. I secure this, get some gold, also provide some vision momentarily. So if someone was here, we would actually see them. From me picking up the Spire here. I'm just gonna help Gragas here. I'll speed it up. Actually, I won't speed it up right away. I'll talk about like my build and stuff. So I took PTA in this lane. You can take Conqueror, but with my role, I kind of just want to have a lot of damage, so I can like one-shot the carries. Like, a lot of them are very squishy. So if I land a PTA W on somebody, they are going to die. And Malphite is like, it doesn't really matter what you take. He's still really tanky, and I'm not just going to play towards him. Like, why should I play Conqueror and then just have like, you know, moderate success, but then like kind of fall off against their team comp? Their team has a lot of ways to disengage from a fight, so PTA just gives me like more damage as soon as they jump on me. And it just has so much synergy with my W. And since like, I don't know when the last time they nerfed Conqueror was. I think it was like end of last season. Like, I just find that PTA is just superb. There's just nothing like ever bad of it. It's just so good for me and very versatile. Yeah, I have Longsword free here. Just want to rush into my Blair Ruin King, which is my item of choice first. I'm a huge advocate of Blair Ruin King. I think that if you're not rushing this item, or at least getting it second, you're pretty much wasting Renekton's potential, because he procs it 3 times. Like, the passive itself like can be procced 3 times, and that against the majority of champs in this game that do get a lot of health nowadays, with like all these items giving health, like, you know, think about like a rocket belt, like a tank mythic, Godrekton, like, you know, there's just so many items that give health that Bork is just too good not to get. And Riot buffed Blair Ruin King this season too, to 12% current health damage. which was, it had this in Season 10, I believe. Yeah, it was Season 10. So, and that alone was, like, giving Renekton a lot of pick ban status, and now that the meta's kind of shifted away from Renekton too, and a lot of players are just starting to figure out he's not that great right now, like, it gives, like, he's kind of under the radar at the same time. Like, Bork is huge, and he's very strong, I think, just because of that. Yeah, I'll give my thoughts on Renekton like another video and stuff anyways, but let's focus on this. So level 1, all I'm doing is trying to like poke him with Q, try and get the minions, build 50 Fury here, just so I have like lane dominance. A lot of champs are scared of Renekton and power Q early, so I could zone him off, but I don't think I really do that here. Malphite Qs me here with Grasp. Malphite using Q randomly like this just shows his inexperience. And a lot of people that play Malphite are very inexperienced themselves, so if a Malphite is just throwing Q out like this, you can be a lot more aggressive, because the Q's not doing anything here. Unless he had Comet, which would be the correct play. And also do take an Armor Rune instead of Magic Resist, which, you know, would actually punish me a lot if he did go Comet. So my game plan here against a Malphite is to try and shove in. So we're going to do a cheater recall this game. So I plant the ward here in case Diana comes top. Before I get the shove in. Gonna go for the empowered Q, auto back. Again, my plan is just to push this out and then get a cheater recall and buy a item. Malphite sucks at pushing too, so a champion that's really bad at wave clear and uses a lot of mana is severely weakened by this strategy. So if I'm just shoving in the wave here, I recall, then Malphite has to use a lot of mana to push it out. And because I have Ignite and my item advantage, I come back and I can potentially get a kill on him. So any strategy against like someone that uses a lot of mana and or has like a lack of wave clear, like it's just really good. So right now, I back and Malphite already has 120 mana. You know, a champion that does use a lot of mana to begin with as well. So I get my recall. Really good. I buy Cull here. Now, a lot of people might think, why do you go Cull here? I thought you didn't like Cull. That is correct. I'm not the biggest fan of Cull, but in this type of lane where I'm going to be farming for the majority of it, I don't see why I shouldn't pick it up, because it's not really hurting me to begin with. Like, it's just giving me like more gold in the long run. Now, I wouldn't do this in 90% of matchups, but here, I think it's very applicable and it's fine to do, if you ask me. So Malphite trying to shove in. The wave met here, so I can just force a fight here now. Malphite has no mana and no threats at all, so I will go for the trade here. Combo a bit slow just because he has bone plating. It is very important, by the way, to combo this slow if someone has bone plating or attack speed slow. So I hold on to my E and then I just go in. We're gonna watch it again just to show you like my full process and what I'm doing. So I E, bone plating comes up now. It doesn't come up before the shield's taken, so I do a Q cancel. I try and auto, then E. I don't always recommend this if like you're even, because it can backfire when you're waiting for the auto attack. Most of the time you do want to just like shift into a spell really quickly. But here I had the time because Malphite had nothing to offer and he's trying to run away. So I E, auto W. I'm also blocking Malphite's path, as you can see. Like, I'm walking upwards. Me doing this means if Malphite flashed, he would only flash here. So I'm still in auto attack range and he won't be able to run away from me. So cutting off the distance just means Malphite has nowhere to run, and he's just going to die no matter what. Now, I do almost actually die here, because the minion wave was really big, and I do have a bad habit of fighting in minion waves recently, since I started playing the game again. But, either way, we secured the kill. Not the prettiest. I mean, it was pretty well played, but, you know, I did take a lot of minion damage, but I don't think there was much to really do there, to be fair. So right now, I'm going to slow push. I was expecting a Malphite TP. I think if I did fast push this, Malphite would teleport here, which is probably better for me in the long run. But if I am doing this, and Diana like shows, as I'm trying to shove like the next wave in really fast, then it's quite problematic for me. And I am giving a kill to a champion that snowballs very heavily. So in this moment, just slow pushing the wave gives me time to think, and it gives you time to look at the map to establish where someone is. So as I'm doing this, I can look bot lane. I see that, you know, we're fighting bot. Gragas is there. Diana could possibly be here too. But again, I could also think she's top lane because I wasn't exactly tracking the moment. And At the moment, as a player as well, that is my weakness, my jungle tracking, because, again, I started playing a few days ago, and I don't really pick up my my good habits up that fast, so I take time to improve. And I think that's like the point of why I'm VOD reviewing too, just to show you guys like my weaknesses and what I could do better as well. And also tell you like how I'm playing the matchup. But yeah. Right now, we're just gonna slow push, try to I think we slow push here. This is from a few days ago, this VOD, so I briefly watched it back. But I don't exactly remember if I did just fast push like an idiot, but no. I am slow pushing, which is good. My team does like give over a triple kill to Lulu here. It's not the worst thing, but it certainly wasn't something we should do. It was very interesting, to say the least. Yeah, we push a giant wave in. Another benefit about having a minion wave build like this is that if I did get ganked, I have this reinforcements of like minions to back me up on my damage, and because I'm a Renekton with 100 Fury that I'm stacking, that means if I am like in a 1v2 situation here, I do have an empowered W with PTA propped on, like, let's say a Diana. All my minions are going to do more damage to the Diana because the exposure damage from press the attack allows my minions and my teammates to do more damage also. So I have like a very lethal amount of damage here if I'm in the 1v2. And of course I have more Fury for my Q or E as well, whatever I prefer to do. Yeah, right now, just want to shove the last wave in here. Just so I can recall. I miss a W here. I wanted to try and max range my W, but it didn't end up working out. So, shove the ward here. It's taking longer than expected to push in, so I'm just going to ward in case Diana tries to punish me. Also, another thing that I forgot to mention is the whole like game of Malphite as well is that once you're doing these combos and getting his health down, you want to make sure his passive is never coming up. And obviously, every time you attack him, his passive resets. And it's like the Garen matchup too. Like, if you let Garen like heal up, it's going to be a lot harder for you. So you always want to be like trying to do as much damage as you can. Like, just have like use your EQ or try and walk up. W behind minions, walk off. Like, you do these little trades until he's low enough for the taking, where you can all in with your E combo. Empowered E here. Do a nice trade here as well. Really good trade. Space my damage out. Empowered E is very underrated, by the way, as well. You'll see me doing this combo a lot in my games. Especially against tanks and, like, bruiser champs. I mean, pretty much everyone. So, like, just to show, like, how much, like, armor I shred as well. Malphite has 73 armor currently. Which is quite a lot, you know. And that's just without any, like, armor itself in his inventory. So the empowered E, which will be shredding 25%, is doing a lot of work here, if you think about it. Yeah, I'm just going to show his armor for reference. So 73. Now it's 52. So we shred 21 armor with that empowered E alone. And that's pretty huge. That is very huge. So if you are going to do these like all-ins or these fights here, definitely use empowered E in your best interest. Because you're able to do more damage than with your Q and W right after. So now I get the shove in, I recall, I notice Diana's here. Perfect timing here. It all like went in my favor here, like the way I played it. I also have burned Malphite's teleport, which does give me a reset. It's not on a cannon wave though, so he could actually just push before me, which he will do. And I will probably miss like a minion or so. But either way, it's fine. And we're getting like a step closer to our Blair Ruin King. I just find Blade the best item for Renekton though, if I do reiterate again. It just gives you so much damage, like the lifesteal's nice. You know, attack speed is great. Obviously, it's a little bit diminished in this matchup because of how annoying it is. But it does, I mean, either way, it's still helping because I'm having like attack speed against him when auto attacks are slowed. Moon speed's nice too for disengaging. Lifesteal's good for his Q poke if he did put more points into it. Like, overall, it is just very solid. So, as we noticed too in this situation, my team is dying bot lane, but Yon secures some kills. Yoda and Gragas played really well this game too. They were, like, definitely one of my saving graces to performing this moment. He picks up a triple kill. Auto Q. Auto Q is very strong here in this lane. Like, our main tool for the lane is pretty much Q. And if we are going to all in, we want to initiate and power E, and then look for a W. So in this moment, I shove the wave in, you know, pretty textbook. Shove the wave in, and I roam, because we see Diana trespassing in our jungle. From that, we pick up a free kill. Very important to look at the map, guys. Very important to look at the map. So if we go back, just to watch, like, what's going on. Obviously, I see Diana here. Gragas pings. I had the wave shoved in. I immediately run down. She is not shown to walk over here. Wait, do we actually see this vision? We do. Either way, like, we saw her walking this way. So I come in. Here, auto Q, R to build Fury, auto empower W, and we secure the kill. Maybe the R wasn't worth that, but who knows. I just wanted to get my damage off as fast as possible. Malphite does have R, and what I'm actually doing here as well is, I'm not sure if Malphite looked at the fight. He probably did. Being lower elo, if someone's not looking at the map, and you, like, ulted, you probably want to wait in the bush, just to give you the element of surprise that, oh, maybe Renekton didn't ult. So I'm just hiding, waiting for my R timer to go on cooldown, and then I'm walking out. Again, he probably looked, but either way, there's not much to do here. I'm just waiting, so may as well give it a try, right? I try to look for a freeze now. Once you get this Vamp Scepter, freezing is, like, really fucking good, because you can just, like, lifesteal off the minions, take, like, minimal damage, and then just set up freeze. And freezing against a Malphite, or even, like, a tank lane or anything, like, it can't do anything to you. You can't just walk up and break it, because Renekton will all in. And if we go to, like, the last trade I did as well, just talk about that real quick. Well, I'll just talk about freeze. So yeah, I pull the wave here. That means Malphite cannot back. He probably could recall if I just walk to my tower here. And he does have 700 gold. He could back and get, you know, Chain Vest or whatever a tank builds these days. I don't know. But yeah, because I found the freeze, he has to stay. Like, in Diamond Elo, on, like, Masters Plus, like, this is such a huge move, and you cannot leave the lane. Because if you do that, you're losing so much resources, which threatens, like, your laner to stay, obviously. Which puts them in a bad position, because my jungler could run up and gank him. Or I could, like, threaten it all into. Like, there's a lot I could do here with the freeze that I'm creating. So I start, auto Q, EQ auto, power W, then I E out. Sometimes I would greed for an auto attack here in another matchup, but because the attack speed slowed me, there's no point. Like, it's never coming out, basically. Which will give Malphite a free auto attack on me with Grasp and W. So, like, I'll just lose, like, unnecessary health. And that's not what I want to do into Malphite, because he still does a bit of damage, to be fair. Yo, it is currently in our jungle. I can slow push this for a dive. So in another scenario, I just, like, push out the wave and then we dive, but I'm still going for the freeze attempt here. Keeping Malphite in the lane, which is what I was talking about. Malphite has to back. Like, if he stays, he is dead. I'm actually shoving it. I don't know why I'm doing that. I don't have to do this either. I think it's because I understand Malphite backed, and I wanted to back too. I'm not really good at keeping freezes. Like, so, like, if I want to recall on a minion wave that I'm freezing, I'm not really the best at setting it up. So that's, like, something I do want to practice, because what I could do was, like, trim a couple minions and, like, I don't know, like, just bring them here, like, in the middle. So the wave just actually, or just drag the wave here, but I think it would take too much time too, maybe. I'd have to stay here longer then, and the wave still hasn't, like, came in. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, I probably should have tried to freeze it, but I need to work on that. Again, I haven't really been playing enough League, but in my mind, I know that's something I could do, and I probably will plan on for my gameplay. Like, the longer I set these freezes up, like, the more powerful I am, and the more, like, or the less that Malphite can do about it. Yeah, he rushes Bramble Vest now. Go for a small trade. I do no damage at all. I thought I'd do a bit more there, but as long as he has bone playing and passive, there is not much I can do at all. I'm very limited what I can do. Yeah, as I said, like, auto W from Malphite with Grasp is a lot of damage. I don't have health here or magic resist. But I can still die if I mess it up. I can still die. My goal is just simply to take the right trades and then scale. I dodged a bullet here. If Malphite ulted in this moment and Diana came, I probably could have died. But I don't think so because she has no ult. I didn't know that. But yeah, she would at least get my flash if she tried, and that's still really good. Regardless. But right now, I see again, Diana's going to be pathing down. We ping to go here. There's a plant, fortunately for me. So I can just take the plant. Put her off. So again, W... Q cancel E. Well, it was barely a Q cancel. Yeah, we pick up the kill. Malphite didn't really do anything. He's not... I mean, it's not really Malphite's fault here. It's just Diana, like, being caught by vision and then we capitalizing on that. Really great play by me and Gragas. Yeah. Like I said, this lane's, like, kind of, like, sleep lane. So if I do get any chance to, like, roam up my lane and get a kill or just help my team, I'm always going to take it because we're getting ahead off that. And we need to do everything we can because our bot lane is struggling right now. Our VA going Scar on a bot lane, which, you know, I guess is the future of bot lane. Because I never see this often. So maybe it's a new thing. So pick up our Blair Ruin King now. We are very strong. We're in contention just to fight the Malphite. One thing I do want to capitalize on too, like here, is let's go for a fight. I get the bulk proc and power W, force Malphite ult, and there we go. Now we can shove in the wave, burn his teleport if he has it. In my mind, I'm not sure because I'm not timing things, but he stays. So in this moment, he stays here because he's like, oh, Renekton's not going to do anything. It's a 42% win rate champion. What could possibly go wrong? Because I picked up this Blair Ruin King, that is giving me that's giving me 12% current health physical damage. Which is, you know, again, pretty huge against the majority of top laners. And here I have, like, quite a lot of Fury. I can also build up to 100 Fury here, but I don't know if I play it that way that I try. One thing I do straight away is that I walk in, I bait his E. Like, the only way he can prevent this tower dive is by pressing E, and then I'm like, I try and auto attack, then I'm just slowed, and then I'm just free to tank tower shots. So I get rid of that problem first by taking the E. He has no ult because we baited it here. Obviously that is another threat to the tower dive if he did have that. But he has nothing now, so... Especially Q as well. He's running this direction, then he walks back. I W first, just to get the shield. There's no point auto Wing. I mean, you could argue I get a PTA proc, but if I auto first, he could flash instantly, which would make it very awkward. And I do find that when I do auto W sometimes, like, people just flash as soon as I auto attack, because they get scared and it gives them a chance to do that. So get the power W off first, then I auto R, RQ, or EQ, and then auto, and then I walk out. So pretty good tower dive there. Pretty clean, I'd say, the way I played it. I mean, it's all I really do there. From that, I reset. I don't know where Diana is. Then we eventually did spar on the ward, so in my mind, yeah, she's top lane, and obviously got validated by that with this ward we placed in their jungle. So good back. Malphite misses a bunch of minions off the dive as well. I get a plating. Everything is going pretty well so far. I was 5 stacks away from my call, which kind of sucks, and maybe if I like understood how to play with call more, I'd probably get it by now. But yeah, either way, I think staying is a little bit of a stretch because Diana could run up and Malphite has teleport, which would ruin my recall timer. So I think in this situation, I do the best thing I can here. Next item, we are going Godrekton. You might ask, why am I going Godrekton? I thought you also hated going Godrekton. Well, to be honest, I don't think Godrekton is that bad. The whole point and the appeal of Godrekton is the fact that it's a stat stick. Meaning that the stats I get from it just make me even more of like a bruiser, like the health, the AD, the cooldown reduction haste. Like it all plays pretty well into like this game as well. Like I want to be like a bit of a frontline but have a lot of damage. Like it's pretty good in those type of play styles. So basically a traditional bruiser. Obviously I have a lot of tools that I can play, or like, you know, things I can play that I can be like a tank for my team. I can peel for the backline, or like my backline, or I can dive their backline. Like I'm very versatile as a player, and for this game I did feel like we needed a tank, like I was saying earlier in the game. So that's why I'm kind of opting into this playstyle, because I already have bulk for my damage. The Godrekton wizards to basically have additional stats and to have, like, you know, some healing in fights as well. Like it's just nice in this game. Because again, my role is just to be, you know, very versatile in my stats in the game. Prowler just isn't going to cut it this game for me. So here I'm going to freeze it again. People think you need to freeze with 4 minions too, but you can do with 3. And to do that, you have to drag the minion wave here. So when the next minion wave comes, it like all like stays here. So obviously the minion advantage is then way bigger, which naturally will push to my side. But Malphite's making it pretty difficult here, so I'm taking a bit more damage than I should. Probably shouldn't have done that, but yeah, I was trying to threaten a freeze and he punished me for that, which was pretty well played. I don't know why I autoed the minion there. I played this pretty bad, but I was also just... I didn't expect his damage, to be honest. Yeah, I saw the Own coming up and I thought I'd take it, but it was definitely very close. And I didn't want to waste my R because I didn't feel like I needed to. Either way, kind of came close there. Could have definitely approached that with a better mindset, that fight. So my team gets a couple kills. They are trying to fight mid though, get the shutdown, which is pretty unfortunate. The Malphite kill allows me to take tower here. And then going to just push the wave and recall towards my Godrekton components, get a Kindle gem. So what's next? We take tower. Actually, let's get dragon timers up too. I always forget this when I do VODs. So we got dragon in 2 minutes 48. So far we have 1 dragon, and with how the game currently is, or has been last season and now, dragons play a huge part in winning the game. So we do want to make sure we're there at every dragon we can get, because that is going to increase our chances of winning. So it is definitely in our best interest. I do actually get the Godrekton here too. I actually forgot the full amount of gold, so I'm just huge right now. I am literally... I don't want to say unkillable, but I kind of am. So I'm very strong. Let me just go back, just so I have time to drink my water and look about the game as well. It's hard commentating when I have COVID. I was also streaming the last few days too. Trying to work on my commentary skills and stuff. So yeah, if you do want to check out my stream, make sure to go to Godrekton_ on Twitch. I do try and stream as often as I can. So if you want to see my like live reaction and thoughts of the game, it is definitely worth checking out there. Anyways, so Malphite disappeared from the map. I'm just going to push. So in this time, I kind of get to think what I want to do next too. I'm looking on the map. Currently, bot lane is killing my own. Pretty scary stuff. Because again, that team snowballs really hard. Malphite doesn't need to snowball. He only needs to enable his team with ult. So it is in my mind. So I'm just kind of checking through the jungle here if there's any camps I can take. I do notice that Zed was pushing towards mid and there's a minion wave, so I am going to capitalize on that. But I am being pinged with my whereabouts. Zed doesn't seem to notice. So I just pick up a kill here. I'm not sure why he tried to do that. I think he wanted to outplay in his mind, but it just didn't really go to the plan. So I'm a Fed Renekton. Fed Crocodile. So you might have noticed Diana flashed here. So that roam alone got me a kill, and it also got me a flash because I closed in on the Diana that was trying to run away. And for the upcoming dragon fight, this is absolutely huge. So I'm just going to pick up this minion wave, push in again. I have Skarner coming from my jungle now. I'm currently waiting here just in case it's like a ward. Like for all I know, there could have been a ward here, so I'm just weighing in Fog of War, because this is what Malphite sees. If there was a ward here, it would not catch this part of the bush. Or the side of the map, rather. So, it's very handy just to think about these things, too. Like, how would the enemies ward? Like, if you have that in mind, you can make these creative, like, plays where you're abusing Fog of War to pick up kills, and this is what we kind of do here. So, I come in, Skarner's also coming in here. Power W. I might have wanted to empowered E here, but I think if I do that, Malphite instantly ults and then flashes. Which is still good, but I wanted to see if I can pick up the kill here. But, unfortunately, Skarner pulls him away too far up. Maybe that's my fault too. Let me look at that back. Because I don't think I walked enough with the Skarner. I know what he was trying to do. Yeah, I wasn't in range to get like an auto attack off. So he sadly gets out, but we get a flash from it. Flash and ult for an upcoming dragon fight. So again, absolutely huge here. Really good. Cannon Wave is also pushing. Our team is also fighting now before the dragon. Not really the best choice of action. Malphite is TPing mid, losing a Cannon Wave top in the process. I'm trying to run mid lane right now with my Merc Treads. I have Merc Treads this game because they had like a lot of CC, but at the same time, I did also take Unflinching and Tenacity, so maybe it wasn't worth. Maybe you guys can tell me in the comments if this was a good idea. Like in my head, I just thought, okay, they have Diana, Lulu, like Malphite, magic damage, and some CC as well. Like, I thought that was kind of good, but at the same time, I'm getting diminishing returns, so I think Cabbies would have been better here to nullify the other people. But it just felt kind of weird to buy. I could have bought CDR boots too, you could argue. But yeah. Sometimes I'm just kind of unsure. I thought like, I was thinking like the main threats are just kind of like these guys, so the more tenacity doesn't really hurt, but I'm not getting the full effectiveness. Anyways, trying to run mid right now, try and help with my team. It did take a really weird fight. Try and go for the Z, but he kills Skarner, and then I get spam pinged because, I mean, I don't know. There's not much I can do there. I tried to run in time, but my team just kind of forced a really weird fight. And this will be a trend in like a lot of people's games. So in this moment, it's on spam ping, and you just ignore it. Because the guy was flaming and saying racist stuff anyways. Like, he's a really weird guy. He's like just very tilted, so I had to mute him. Yeah. Focusing on my own game, because that's the best we can do in these moments where we need to carry. If I'm spending too much time thinking about what my teammates thinking, then, you know, it's just a waste of time, right? Like, who cares? I have to focus on myself and try and play as a teammate. Try and play the best that I can. Yeah, right now, we're just trying to rush dragon while Diana's not here. We take the dragon, we then just disengage from the pit. I also put a control ward here to deny any vision. So it is also very important to take control wards as you're roaming, because they're giving you a way to deny vision. Very huge in high elo games especially too, where a player is pretty much defined off whether or not an enemy has vision or not, or like you have vision or not. Next thing, I was planning on recalling, but I saw Zed was out of position again, which is another common trend in these type of games. Like, people just always like being very greedy, so I am capitalizing on it. Currently waiting for Yon. I am walking around, but then I'm kind of thinking, if I walk this way, Zed's going to be able to W, maybe flash over the wall. I wasn't sure if he had flash or not, so I just ended up like walking back up here, trying to block his path. Yeah, doing that just stops Zed from being able to run away, and we secure another kill. Really good stuff. Every time I want to back, there's always a fight. Yeah, right now we're looking at mid. People are overextending once again. Okay, and then nothing happens. I believe something does happen here, though. Yeah, Diana comes, so I'm just staying. I'm holding a lot of gold, too. How much gold am I holding up? Actually, no, I'm not really holding gold. So there's not really a point in backing, but I'm just kind of weighing around in case something happens. We also have Gragas flanking. In this moment, I try and come towards mid, cut off Yasuo's path, building Fury off the minions. WR the Yasuo. Probably could have played it a little bit better. in my perfectionist mind to build Fury, but we get the kill. Baron is now free. Diana and Yasuo, their main damage dealers, are killed. So we will go for the Baron here. And I recommend anyone that does get kills in this situation to rush the Baron. Because no one can really stop us. Like, what are we scared of here? A Lulu and a Malphite? Like, Zed's bot lane. There's nothing that can stop us here. Baron's just going to give us the win con if we pick it up. Because then we're able to, like, macro and, like, kind of drown them with minions, like, from each side of the map. We split push and play a 1-3-1. I believe we do that too, if I remember. So in that time, I have 2k gold now from all that alone. Just because I stayed and I tried to just play with my team. Like, when you are fed in top lane, that is literally your goal. Like, just play off your team, try and, like, abuse people. And especially my teammates too. My teammates were, like, throwing the game a lot of points. Like, they were just... You got to see some crazy stuff in, like, a few minutes as well. But because my team was, like, playing really recklessly, or, like, my bot lane, rather, it's in my best interest to kind of, like, stay near them. And I do call that tard guarding. I don't think you really need to think much about what that entirely means, but yeah. I'm just kind of with my team, getting ready to act on, like, the moment, and then I come in with my lead, and I just kill people. So it's kind of like in my interest of staying near my team these points of the game in case they throw away our lead with a mounted. My next item that I'm buying is Death Stance. I'm a very big fan of Death Stance ever since the item changes. I believe it's also like one of the most broken items in the game right now. And if you're not building this, then I really recommend you to build Death Stance, especially with this like build as well. It's super good. So I see my teammates are fighting. I am trying to ping them to be careful here. So when I do have Baron and I'm in the side lane, I want my teammates to play very methodically. I can't even say the word, but I kind of said it. So with that, I want them to like be cautious of their actions. So I'm trying to ping them back, trying to like split. So I'm saying on my way, I'm kind of pinging off. I'm very worried here they're going to throw, and obviously they kind of throw, not listening to me, which is very frustrating. But it's got to play to my own strength. So I'm just in side lane. I get a TP. I think we would have got TP regardless here, but it was a shame my teammates died. So I'm not really gonna do much else here. I could stay, but I do see that Lulu and Yasuo are overextended, as well as Diana. I am level 15. I am very strong with Ignite, so I am going to run here. Hit the Plant of Fury, also get me towards them. I'm walking up, go for an E, and then I tried to W the Lulu because in my head, Lulu might have ult or like a way to kind of suppress my damage with Polymorph. So I thought I'd just focus her. Also the easiest target to kill and has like some gold value as well. But she flashes instantly, so I resort to flash Wing, or not flash Wing, just Wing the Yasuo, get exhausted, and then I don't know why I E'd here. I think I just panicked in the moment. And then I give up 1,000 gold to the enemy team. So it was a little bit unlucky, to be honest. I do think the E was kind of bad. I don't know why I did it, but yeah, shit happens, right? I probably should have E'd down here instead, but yeah, this is a bit unlucky with Lulu flashing. I tried to capitalize on the moment, then I got exhausted as well. It happens. Didn't really tilt too much about it though. The team picks up a Yasuo, not Yasuo. Malphite. That's the correct champion. So we're going to get Dragon here. On the map, I do see that Zed is pushing. I was walking towards Dragon, but then I noticed him. So I do feel like we have the Dragon under control. So I do just go top lane here to prevent Zed getting free gold. And the enemies do have bounties too, so we don't want to give them too much gold either. Get back in the game. Zed going for a montage play. Flashes, I flash right after. I didn't have to flash, but I wasn't looking at Viego. I thought Viego was actually up here, so I kind of just ignored him. But if I realized, I probably didn't have to flash there, and I would have saved mine for like a crucial fight. Meanwhile, our team is pushing mid. Pretty good stuff. inhib. Gonna push top lane here. We are in position to also take this tower, or we could have been. But I think my team wanted to also fight here. So I am going to walk down. I'm always looking at the map too. Every time I'm like in a side lane, just auto minions, I'm always looking at the map. And as soon as something like this breaks out, I'm running there right away. But we Skarner ult, Yasuo ults, Malphite ults. No one has ult now, so I'm free to just go in. Could be Yasuo. A lot of stuff going on here. I'm in like the main part of the fight. It's up front. Walk up. Auto W. This is what I mean, like, even with this build, you're not considered like a full AD assassin like how I normally play, but you still have 380 with 3 items. With a PTA as well, so that's enough to one-shot anybody in the game. While being like pretty tanky. Like 3k health, practically, 158 armor, 81 magic resist. I'm just really strong right now, like, there's nothing people can really do to me. The bruiser, like, the only way I possibly die is by my own misplay. Or like, I'm kind of left to 1v5, which does happen here shortly. So, 4 people are dead. Malphite is the only one that's alive. We end the game here, right? You would think. Well, my team wants to kind of ego it. Meaning that they just want to play for an extra kill because, oh, look at my stats, you know, just to repair them because their egos are shattered because of how bad they're playing. So I'm trying to end the game because I want to get the fuck out because being that I am struggling with COVID, I want to blow my nose and I also want to kind of just get away from this horror of Skarner and Viego bot lane. So trying to push. My teammates are ignoring me. Zed leaves the game because he thinks the game's over. But fortunately for his team, my Viego and Skarner just want to have fun and just die, you know, because, you know, they really enjoy League of Legends. They just want to keep playing. They're having a blast of a time. So I'm left here to 1v4 against the inhib, and then I'm giving up my gold bounty. So 650 gold to the Malphite, and then 50 gold to everyone else. If this is another game, we could probably lose. So if you are one of these people that does this shit, maybe think a bit more about what could happen. So in another game, we might lose the game from this. And Baron spawning too. And this also gives like a mental reset to the enemy team. So you never want to give any advantage to like the enemy team. Like as soon as you have this lead on a champion like Renekton or anything that needs to end early, you take it, like, you know, you just take it while you can to the fullest. Yeah. Sadly, we have to play this game out even more, which was a little bit frustrating for me. I won't lie. You can probably tell in my voice. But yeah. So right away, we pinged just to go for the Baron here. If we Baron, we just end the game. It just stops them from getting Baron or any other chance of winning too. So I think our type was go Baron and end, and so does Gragas. So it was good play. We take Baron. For some reason, I wanted to go top, but why am I going top when open inhib? I think it's just because my brain's like, oh yeah, that's right. Kind of hard to think when a little bit sick, but yeah. You go mid. To actually close out the game now. Just going to speed up a little bit. Let it play out. I want to one-shot Yasuo here. Like, Yasuo's the only threat that can kind of do something. Diana, sort of, but not so much. 2 kills. Double Zed. And just like that, we close out the game. So yeah. That was the Renekton and Malphite matchup. Although, I don't think the game was more so about the matchup, but just how to, like, play when using a lead. And this game wasn't easy, too. Like, our bot lane was really making it hard, but Skarner was trying. It was more so Viego that was kind of tilting everyone and being a negative player. So, just had to mute him, focus, and use my lead to the best that I could. But yeah, hopefully this video and insight helped you guys out. I don't know how good my commentary was this game, but if you enjoyed it, make sure to hit the like button, maybe sub if you want more. I am going to try and do more of these. Maybe when I don't have COVID, I'll try and make some other videos too. With my internet being bad most of the time, I think my only like resort to anything League of Legends related is making some educational content, so I'm probably going to like expand my like channel with like some top lane stuff, or even like ranked like type of videos, like things that can like give advice, tips, like anything to help you guys out, because you know I've hit masters now like last few seasons like consistently, and I think I kind of just want to give back and give my own view on how to hit that. So these type of videos will be things that I'll probably commonly make right now because it's easy, and hopefully it also helps you guys out because that's all I really want. But yeah, anyways, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.